Seaweed has a way of transforming even the simplest meal into something that feels deeply restorative, and nowhere is this more evident than when it is simmered into soups and broths. For centuries, coastal cultures have dropped kelp, kombu, or wakame into bubbling pots, not just for taste but for the sense of nourishment it brings. The flavor is subtle yet unmistakable, an umami depth that makes every spoonful feel alive with comfort. Beyond the flavor, however, lies something far more profound. When seaweed infuses a broth, it releases its minerals, antioxidants, and polysaccharides, turning the liquid into a warm tonic that carries the essence of the ocean straight into the body. It is like a spoonful of ocean healing, each sip washing away fatigue and replenishing strength. When you drink a seaweed broth, you are not just tasting food, you are participating in a quiet ritual of renewal. The iodine and trace minerals seep into the liquid, supporting thyroid balance and metabolic health, while magnesium and calcium help relax the body and steady the nerves. Antioxidants from the seaweed begin their subtle work of protecting cells, while soluble fibers soothe the digestive tract. This layering of nourishment makes seaweed broth more than a meal. It becomes a kind of edible therapy, a way of letting the body know it is cared for on multiple levels at once. The warmth of the broth amplifies the effect, spreading calm through the stomach and chest, as if the sea itself has been distilled into comfort. There is a reason why traditional cuisines have always trusted seaweed in their soups. In Japanese miso soup, Korean myeokguk, or Chinese seaweed egg drop soup, the ingredient is not just an addition but the foundation of the dish's healing qualities. These recipes are often served to those recovering from illness, childbirth, or exhaustion, as if the cooks instinctively knew that the minerals and gentle fibers of seaweed would rebuild strength more quickly than ordinary foods. Even today, when science explains the nutritional reasons behind it, the feeling remains the same. There is something deeply comforting about sipping a broth that has been enriched with seaweed, something that goes beyond taste into an emotional sense of being restored. The story of a spoonful of ocean healing comes alive when you imagine the seaweed releasing its essence into the pot. As the water simmers, the fronds soften and unfurl, giving up their hidden compounds to enrich the broth. Each strand seems to carry the memory of tides, sunlight filtered through waves, and the minerals of the deep. When we consume it, we absorb not just the nutrients, but a symbolic piece of that vast, renewing ocean. It is a reminder that we are part of nature's cycles, and that by choosing foods like seaweed, we allow the ocean's rhythm to harmonize with our own. What makes seaweed soups and broths so inspiring is their simplicity. They do not require elaborate preparation, yet they deliver a depth of nourishment that feels almost medicinal. A few strips of kombu left in simmering water create a base richer than hours of boiling bones. A sprinkle of wakame in a vegetable soup transforms it into something layered and grounding. Even when added to a Western-style broth, seaweed blends effortlessly, enhancing flavor while quietly supplying trace minerals that many modern diets lack. It is this combination of ease, taste, and healing power that makes seaweed broth a true everyday miracle. Every spoonful feels like more than food. It feels like a gesture of self-care, an invitation to pause and replenish. The ocean, with its vastness and resilience, lends a part of its energy through seaweed, and the warmth of the broth delivers it in a way that comforts both body and spirit. In that sense, every bowl of seaweed soup becomes a story of healing, of tides turned inward, of nourishment drawn from nature's oldest and most generous source. With seaweed in the pot, soup becomes more than a meal. It becomes a quiet ceremony of renewal, one where the ocean itself seems to sit at the table.